Thank you again for being here with us in the Intercultural Voices Film Festival. This is a great honor to have 4 directors here with the short films that we just saw. So the opportunity is to get to know them firsthand. What was the inspiration to make their movie? So that's the first question that we're going to have. I would like you to introduce yourself a little bit. What project did you direct and what was the inspiration to make your movie?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Amy Huang, and I'm the director of the short film Sing My Own Song. This is a documentary short that combines the elements of music and dance together, and my inspiration of this documentary short is from my experience. I lived in United States since 2022, and I was received some prejudice about to performing the Chinese ethnic music, and when I was participating in the community events with some Chinese American teenager, and I saw them playing the traditional Chinese instruments and also reciting the Chinese poems. And I used this experience to produce this short film. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Now let's go to the next film called Shadows of Hope. So what can we know from Shadows of Hope?
I'm Elena Rojas, and I'm the director and actress of Shadows of Hope. I did this film many years ago, the first time when I came to LA, and I thought, what if I never come back to LA? I had to do a movie, so 1 week before I left Los Angeles to come back to my home country, Medellin, Colombia, I shot this film. I met a couple of actors, and I met Frida, the little girl that is there. It's not a little girl anymore. and then I saw, when I was arriving to my house in the building that I was staying, I always see this shadow through the window and say, oh, what if a little girl is jumping and they just fall from the window or something? I was like, just had this image in my mind, a shadow through the window. And then I had this dream that because I used to sleep next to that window. So in my dream, I fall from the window. And I put those things together, and I just wrote the script, and I shot it, everything in 1 week. The post-production took more time, because I record sounds from the city and all that stuff. And now that I take a look to the film, it's like, it's an image, a picture of Los Angeles that doesn't exist anymore, because you cannot call on the phone anymore. The laundry room that I use there is with an app, right? It's not with coins anymore. You barely use the newspaper to do something. Everything is so electronic and digital that is a Los Angeles that doesn't exist anymore. So it's like a very picture of those times of LA.
Thank you. Now we have Neil and the movie Mazapan. So very interesting. People really loved it. So we want to hear from you.
Thanks, everyone. Yes, my name is Neil Wilson, and the producer of Mazapan, he's like my brother from another mother. His name's Eric, and he wrote Mazapan as a poem many years ago that he posted online. And it was like late last year, we were pretty frustrated with the political climate, and we'd also been feeling a little rusty creatively, just wanted to make something. And he was like, hey, why don't we just make Mazapan a little short? So the voiceover in Mazapan is that poem. And like the girls in it in the film, those are all his nieces. his mother is who sold the candy to the kids and stuff, and we just really wanted to make something that, you know, I think we all have, whether it's marzipan or a candy or something that just will always bring us some joy. And every culture, everyone has something like that. And we just wanted to make something also that was about not feeling other. Like we all, you know, we all deserve to be understood. And when we are understood, another great friend told me this one time, when we're understood, if you understand me, then you don't want to harm me. And so we hope that marzipan just gives you a brief slice of that.
Thank you so much. Now, on the short film, Sombras, or should we call it Shadow? So what's the story behind? Because this project has many nationalities, so let's hear from Drew.
Yeah, thanks. So Sombra was a very personal project for me. As someone who has like struggled with like depression for a lot of my life, and also I wanted to have a way to show that there are multiple versions of us inside of ourselves, that the things that can feel overwhelming that is inside of us can also be overcome by the strength that we have inside of ourselves as well. And in multiple cultures, where I grew up in the rural South in Georgia, but also in, where I now live in Tijuana, you know, talking about mental health, well, mental health isn't really talked about that much. It's becoming more so now, but and so I wanted to have this as a way for people to, you know, learn and understand and get a different perspective on this topic. And as a director, it's my first time directing anything. It was also that kind of project where I just needed to put something out there where I can meet people. I met some great people through it. So yeah, multiple different years.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. And now I'm going to give it back to David. Mr. David with the short film Before Life, but he has a story more than special. Not only the short film, but he runs this space, and he's one of the big supporters of this festival. So, David.
Thank you. My name is David Feria. I am the director here at Chicano Creative Society. I am not the director of that short film. However, come here. You with the chips in your mouth? You with the chips in your mouth?
Yeah.
My grandson, Mason. Say hi, Mason.
Hi, I'm Mason Rodriguez.
Come say hi, Mason.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Mason.
Hi, I'm Mason.
Hi, Mason.
Hi, I'm Mason.
Anyway, so when I first was blessed with this location, I came across some very talented people, Javier Nunez being one of them. By the way, hands to Javier, please. The film Before Life was the first script that was sent to me here, so it just seemed right. I wanted to do it. I like the writer, and so we did it. It was fun. We did it in that room right there. The receptionist was sitting here. We had some dummy walls right here through that glass, and it was fun. Anyway, did you enjoy it?
Definitely.
And what was it that made you want to get in this industry?
What do you mean you did, Papa?
Okay. Anyway, we're always looking for good projects, and if you guys have any ideas, we'd love to hear them. You can contact myself or Javier, and we'd really love to hear them. We loved all your work. Thank you guys very much for bringing your stuff. That's all I have. You have anything?
Did you guys enjoy it?
Awesome. Again, Chicano Creative Society, and we'd love to hear any ideas you guys have for shows.
Yes, fantastic. I would like to see if any one of you have questions for the directors about the stories, the projects. I mean, I could keep asking them about the inspiration, how they came to the realization of the film, but I would like to hear questions from the audience. Any questions? Or you can say it loud or come here.
As a fellow artist, I was wondering what are some cultural significances that you noticed during your own films that you're creating? What are some things that you didn't notice in your cultures, but now that you have done films, what are some things that you have learned about your own culture that you may know, or that you may have learned about yourself even? So I was just curious.
So the story is when I was in China, I'm an ethnic song singer, and I was participating in the lots of the singing competitions. And after that, and one day my parents told me we will move to United States to living, and I already have lots of the preparations for I can singing the Chinese ethnic music anymore in United States. I have to change my style, and I also facing the problem when I was first came to United States. And after that, my mom, she was encouraged me to do that. And I also have some classmates in the music college because I'm from Los Angeles College of Music, and I'm started the artist management course. I have other Chinese students who are also from my hometown, from my country, and they also motivate me to do that. And I have lots of observations about to write the diary about my life, and I will record something that has happened in my life to my social media, then post it to share with others. And this change is the experience that I made an observation like 1 year from 2023 to 2024. And the other two teenagers who is appearing in my short film, they are also the friends that I met in a Chinese music event. We also have lots of friends who is spreading the Chinese culture, and I've inspired them for this process. Last year, I was participating in a music contest that is a Mandarin singing competition, and this opportunity motivates me to express myself after I won the first prize in the Los Angeles division and Southern California divisions. I think that is a meaningful story, and I have to shoot them as a film. I also want to share the beautiful Chinese ethnic music to everybody who is interested in film and TV, and I want the filmmaker to watch some unique film that is about the special culture. So finally, I shoot this film and use my story as the plot. Thank you.
I think in this film I show how hard is the life for the Latino community all around the world. So I want to portray that. I'm no mom, but I feel very close to kids. And so I hope I portray that in there. And in Colombia, I remember I worked so hard. And even that you can get close to what you want to accomplish, no matter how hard you work. But here, I learned that you work hard and you're smart, and you are disciplined, and you can get what you are looking to accomplish. So it's like you really can like make your dreams come true in some way easier if you work as usually you work in your country now. And it's easy when you come to a new country, like when I came here in this country, it's easily to get get a lot of stuff and consume a lot of stuff and just consume. And sometimes you can get lazy too, right? But we as Latinos, we are not lazy at all. We work hard and we are creative and we had so much energy. So I was working hard to don't let that energy that was burning inside of me just keep flourishing and keep creating stuff. Differences in of my culture in Colombia, in a lot of countries, Latin American countries, we had time to have breakfast and dinner and lunch with our families most of the time. But here when I came, everybody get the coffee here and maybe you can get a bread there, and while you're driving you drink your coffee, and I was like, what is this? That was a shock for me, because I used to sit and have my breakfast. So have the time to take the time for these things that are important for you, to take care of yourself. So that was things that kind of shocked me a little bit in the culture. And in Colombia we don't have, well now yes, but we don't have machines to wash our clothes in the corners, right? So that is one thing that I show in the film. Yeah, basically just that.
Well, I was really grateful that my friend Eric, he trusted me to help tell his story. Originally, I didn't know if I should be the right person to direct it, and he introduced me to mazapan. I didn't grow up with it. It's so delicious. I've had it way too much nowadays, but it's not something I grew up with. But when we filmed it this past Thanksgiving, and it was just the perfect opportunity because his whole family was around, and I think a lot of it was just turn the camera on, just turn the camera on and just capture the joy that his family, was just experiencing. It's just all the beautiful food and just lively conversations, the children running around and stuff, and it's not, and thankfully I've been able to experience many Thanksgivings with him, because my normal Thanksgiving with my family is just my parents. And it's great to just be around so much life. So I think with the film, it gets a little sad at points, but the point was, it's hey, there's so much life, there's just so much joy around. Don't focus on just these terrible headlines that you might see. It's just to be kind of right in the thick of it with these children as they're just enjoying candy and whatnot. So I think, if anything, I just hope that I help my friend capture just what it feels like for him to be around his family and stuff, and how much he loves them, and how much I've appreciated that he shared that with me throughout the years.
Thanks. One of the things that was, I learned, and it's not really too much about talking about these sort of cultural factors, more the difficulties of the border region. Since this was I cross the border all the time, and there are so many people who can't, and but our crew and our cast was a very trans-border crew, casting crew. And Sophia, one of the producers, and she's also an art director. She's from Ecuador, and now she's in Chicago. We're kind of, after this project, we kind of all split apart. But and unfortunately, our the lead, Samantha, who played the young woman, like her visa expired, so she couldn't come up here and be with us, today. She lives in Tijuana. And so, like, that is, one aspect to keep in mind. But, yeah. Also, as far as other aspects of it, like, it is so great that where I am and where we are, like me and Jessica, and like Miguel, like in the Tijuana, San Diego region, there is like so much creativity and life and vibrancy and like people wanting to do projects and stuff together. But there is this like being this kind of like artificial barrier that's keeping that from happening, right? But people are still trying to work across that and like intersect it and like supersede it, So yes, it's like another aspect of hope despite that situation. So.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, thank you again to all the directors. Now, let's take 5 minutes to take some pictures, to do like some social media hangout. And we're going to start the third block, which, by the way, is a bit shorter, has less projects, but the stories are very strong. I think in the following block, we're going to travel to other countries, other type of stories. I encourage you to stay and enjoy the films. So let's take 5 minutes and then let's go back to the cinema. Thank you.